Shelton, overall, what did you make of how Paul handled those first 6 innings?
Yeah, I mean, he battled. I mean, there were times where it looked like he lost his command, and then he came back and really executed pitches. And I mean, he gave up, 3 hits, 4 hits, and, did a pretty good job. He made a bad pitch, or a fastball that leaked out over to Burleson that ended up being the difference in the game.
We talked all spring about how he was adding more pitches to the arsenal. Do you think there are times where he's maybe trying to do too much and maybe the command would be a little better if he was just kind of simplifying the mix a little?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. I don't think we've seen that. I think we've seen at times when he loses command, it's more delivery-based. And, I mean, today it looked like it was supposed to be a four-seamer that he was going in. And from watching it live, it looked like it kind of drifted out over the plate.
What did you see during those at-bats to Arenado and then with the walk there before the two
Before the base hit?
Yeah,
I mean, 2 outs, nobody on. I mean, I think we feel pretty good about it with him there. And, it just happened that they got a knock and a walk, and we left the ball in the middle.
Gorski and Piguero getting the start today, that's just with the lefty on the mound?
Yeah, lefty on the mound. I think there's a good chance we may see Peggy again tomorrow. I was pleased with his at-bats. I mean, overall, we only had 4 hits, and I think he had one, Peggy had one of them. Key had 2 of them. They had another good swing on the ball. He hit down the line. So, offensively, we got to figure it out. We got to figure out how to keep going.
He got his 500th career hit tonight. What does a guy like that just mean to the organization as a whole, and just specifically when he's consistent like he has?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. Anytime you get to a round number, I think it's kind of a cool moment.
How challenging does it make it for the pitching staff when there is kind of a small margin for error? 4 hits offensively, and there's kind of a small margin for error for Paul.
Yeah, I think they have to control what they can control. I mean, it's not the old school National League where they hit, they don't hit. So, I've been pleased with our group. I think they've gone out and done a good job and not worried about that. And again, I think going back to Noah's point, we just got to figure it out offensively. We're not being very consistent right now offensively. We're not getting things going, and we've tried some different lineups. We've tried lineup changes. We've tried consistency of lineups. So I think it's something we just got to keep exploring.
Do you feel like you have guys, veteran guys that you can count on? I mean, you have guys like Reynolds, guys like Kutch who have been through some struggles. They've also had success. Do you feel like you have guys that you can count on to try and get out of this type of situation?
Yeah, and I think those 2 guys. Reynolds has swung the bat better as of late. Kutch has been pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Throughout the year. O'Neill, I saw a stat on the board today since April 16th where he's been, and it's been really, really good. It's just got to be contributions up and down, and I think the word consistency, what comes back is we just haven't had consistent at-bats, and when you don't have consistent at-bats, then you end up not scoring very many runs, and that's kind of where we're at right now.
You guys have talked about being patient during this slow start and the struggles with consistency, but is there a worry that this season's kind of slipping away right now with where things are?
Yeah, I don't think we can think about that. I think we have to think about consistency, but yeah, we got to get going.